What's up, y'all? It's CEOP2R, and we rocking with Video Wayne. I'll let you boy.
So you speak about the 90s, and you were involved in one of the first and biggest musical movements in the city at that time. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, on Big Boy Records, Chuck started that like early 90s. And when I was involved with it, I'm gonna say this, I wasn't involved with the record label aspect. That was my partner. We were basically like Big Boy Records, the street side, you know. Basically, we kept it going. We just was there to make sure everything was all right. As far as the music aspect, I know a little, I know some, not everything on it. You know?
For the world who don't know what Big Boy Records and who Chuck is, can you brief them on that?
Chuck, Charles Temple, Big Boy Records. He was born here. He left here in the 70s and went to LA. He stayed in South Central. It was the East Side food, it was gangster crib, gangster moving. So the crack era came. I mean, just keeping it 100, you know, all this been documented. People been to the Fed, so we talk about it. The crack era came, and people saw it as a pipeline to make money. Like all them in LA, the crack era came, everybody making money in LA, people started branching out. So what happened was, him, a few of his homies, they decided to come here. Because he really from New Orleans, but he left in the 70s. Came out here with the networking, you know, making money. I'm talking about him and his brother, them had money. We talking about probably sitting on, you gotta think that crack era was big, probably sitting on $1 million or $2 million before he even thought of Big Boy Records.
Baby gave me the game about these stank bitches. He say these hoes ain't right, they'll get you left in ditches. That's why I keep my strap, cause them hoes will cross you up.
Cash Money, #1 in New Orleans. Tearing everything up. Come with him at UNLV, talk some more shit about another bitch. Couldn't with him, you know, couldn't with him. Tearing everything up. You had other labels, but Cash Money tearing them up. Here come Chuck. Chuck came after. They movement. Here come Chuck with Mystical, Fiend, Ghetto Twins. A whole new movement. Shut Cash Money down.
I'm the baddest mother alive. I'm the baddest mother alive. Oh, follow me. Word on the street, I got a quarter key. Try to get rid of me with the lowest bidder.
He won $30,000 at Bally's Casino. Somebody been asking him to do a record label. So he said, take the 30 and do it with me. Take the 30 and started with the money he won at Bally's. And that's how that started.
And that's how Big Boy Records came about.
Yeah, was it Big Boy from the start? Yeah, it was Big Boy from the start. I don't know if it was Power Move. No, that's Sites. It was Big Four, but that's how it came to start.
Okay.
Then he signed Partners of Crime. That's it from there.
That's a good time, Joe. Back in the days, a brother used to have fun. Now in '94, everybody wants to tote a gun.
So Chuck looking at it like it wasn't a big thing, right? At what point did he begin to take it serious, the music side?
Well, he taking it serious because Rob Shaw and Sites was like business-minded people. They been in the music business. Sites had his group before that, so he was funneling that money. Then it just started booming, and he started signing artists nobody else would sign.
Pause on threes, drop that ass to the ground. My homie in the deuce glass house trying to clown, but that can't fade cause I got more juice.
Everything was bounce. Chuck started signing rappers that rap. The shit started taking off when he signed Mystical.
Y'all better get ready to rumble. Got to run like a tumble. Spicy like gumbo. Sice on the bungle.
He got Mystical from off of Parkway, pumping records out the Parkway. Mystical was with them first on the Parkway. Nobody liked him. It was weird. You gotta think, it was a bounce town. Bounce town. When they did that video on him, that was it. And it went to taking off. When he did that, it was a whole movement, man. It went on from there, man.
Watch me hit him. Watch me let him. Watch me hit him. Watch me let him.
I did more than a little, but still got a feel for the 187.
Baby kept trying. Then after that, Baby went to signing rappers. The rise of Cash Money, the second wave. When that second wave came, Big Boy was crippled. And that second wave came with BG song, "We Got a Wet Tea Waiting on You." When he said, you know, Big Boy can't f with us, or Cash Money is the shit. Even Chuck had to admit it. Chuck said, "Smoke a lot, I can't lie." They crippled me with that bitch. You see, when that wave came with the Hot Boys and BG song, that did it. Baby, ain't never looked back. We talking about 500 million later. He never looked back. But see, when that happened, Big Boy was, then he went to the Feds. Big Boy was at a standstill, wasn't doing nothing. You know, Baby came with that. He went to the lab and they kept coming with shit. They even had the BGs, you know. Then they kept coming and they came up with this idea. Gangsta say it's from him. The Hot Boys. Then BG, Ladougie, Chopper City. That did it. That crippled Big Boy.
But then Chuck come with a group. What was it, the Black Burners or something?
Yeah, after the storm, yeah. They started hitting hard. The Black Burners. The Black Burners.
And that was Chuck's attempt to come back into the game too, right?
He was coming back.
Yeah.
Chuck, the Black Burners, Hard Head, your boy that looked like Soulja Slim. What was his name? From out the 17. I can't think of his name. He looked like Soulja Slim. He was coming, man. He was coming, and scooped him up again. They Fed scooped him up again, but he was coming. He was coming. I was told that Baby wanted to help him out, you know, with that. But you know, when I had spoke to Baby one time. Baby said he never met Chuck a day in his life, so I don't know how that went.
There was ever any beef between Big Boy and Cash Money?
Maybe the rappers. Rappers had, you know, Partners Crime UNLV had a little rap beef, but it was never no street beef because now I don't know what the rappers went through. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like somebody told me they had a fight at the Rimbo Hallelujah. I never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, usually if anybody was fighting, it was us, and we weren't fighting other rappers. It was a shit, but they had a little rap beef for us, I know, but it was never no street beef, man.
Before Chuck died, was he looking at any majors as far as labels, as far as record labels for Big Boy?
No, bro. Chuck died. To be honest, before Chuck died, Chuck was looking at 99 years. Yeah, he was looking at a life sentence, man. Now this something he was told me out of his own mouth.
Damn, at one time you can get, was it 10 years for a gram?
Yeah.
And he got caught with some weight.
But you gotta think, this be his third or fourth strike. Third strike with the feds. You know. And yeah, so when
For
he died.
the world who don't know what Boy is. So, bro, was he fighting in 99 years? Was he trying to get rid of it?
Right, he was trying to fight it. You know, we had a lawyer, everything. He wanted to fight it, but you know, the lawyer said that what he'd be looking at.
And he was fighting it up until the point he passed. He died.
Yeah.
What actually happened to him when he died?
Heart attack, stroke.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Not killed or nothing like that. This is what I noticed about Cash Money. Everybody was family, it seemed like to me. Everybody was cool, everybody was brothers, you know. With Chuck, we were so big and vast because you gotta think, we spread it from LA to New Orleans to Houston to shit like that. Then we all over because Bruce from the Tuesday Crew was his cousin. So we got motherfuckers in Callio, we got motherfuckers in the East, we got all kinds of people. You know what I'm saying? We got all kinds of people. So I don't know if something happened over here and you thinking because Big Boy or something. So you had different cliques doing their own thing, you know, but it was nothing. But that was a weird spot.
There was never running between Birdman and any connection or association with Birdman and
No, never running. Never running. We never even was told about it running or even look out for it, you know what I'm saying? We just doing their thing, they was doing their thing. I was telling you the reason I started speaking on Chuck's name because I ain't hear his name a lot, you know, even from the artists, you know. It's like, nah, I don't know if it's business, I don't know if it's nationwide business. But
you say artists, you mean the artists from Big Boy?
They'll start, the ones that like went to No Limit, they'll start with No Limit. And they'll just speak like if they do an interview, they'll say, until recently. I can say recently it changed, but before then, they do an interview where you started at No Limit, New Orleans, No Limit. And I started noticing that, and I'm like, well, damn, when somebody gonna mention my, you know what I'm saying, Chuck? You know, how can you leave Chuck out of New Orleans history? Now, like I said, was it business? Whatever, but let me tell you something. The No Limit thing, and I wish Slim was here to say this, to tell you, Chuck, the one who probably allowed that to even happen because you had a meeting, like a little street meeting, you know. It said they want to go to No Limit or whatever. Now, for it's contractual, I don't know, they probably could have still went because of, you know, Chuck was in the feds, but You had dudes around, I ain't gonna mention no name, that they ain't going nowhere. We gonna make them stay. They ain't going nowhere. No, ain't nowhere, nah, they gotta stay here. Chuck, real one, man. Chuck said, nah, man, I ain't gonna stop nobody from making their money. Let them go. I ain't gonna stop nobody from getting their paper. Exactly what he said. I can't stop, nah, man. Them dudes go and get their money, man.
So he let them out their contracts. Let them go.
He just ain't do nothing. He just ain't do nothing. Just, I ain't gonna do shit. You know, but you had other motherfuckers like, nah, give me the word and they stand. You know, shit was like that.
Because legally he could have went after them. Once they hit No Limit, legally he could have went after them for money, right?
I guess in some, well, honestly, to be honest with you, I think he did get something out of No Limit. If I'm not mistaken, man, I think some of the Mystical album, I think Chuck got something out of that. I know he definitely got something out of Jive, if I'm not mistaken, you know. But yeah, Chuck was like, nah, them dudes get their money, man.
And why were they going to No Limit, bro? Because it was like most of the artists that was at Big Boy ended up going to No Limit, right?
You know, with the feds and all this here, P doing his thing. P hit hard. P wanted to sign him.
Oh, so P had interest in Chuck's artist?
Yeah, P wanted to sign him, dog. And like, let them go ahead, do what they do. You know, I don't even know if they know that, you know. But, you know, he was like, but you had other motherfuckers saying no. You had other, nah, no, fuck that. No, don't do that.
And damn, man, because Big Boy artists kind of helped build No Limit.
They played their part. They had some of the biggest albums. But
Did you mention why the artist wasn't mentioning Chuck's name? Or you just left it at
I don't know if they just was going with the status, going with the nationwide Hollywood shit, like No Limit is the one everybody knows, so I'm gonna mention No Limit. I don't know if it's that, you know, or you had a problem, you had a problem. People called Chuck a shrewd businessman. You had people that was antsy about that. You had rumors about that, you know, not getting paid royalties and all that stuff. You had all kind of stuff about that, but they look like they had a little money to me. I don't know.
So if you had to explain Chuck's character, him as a person, who was he?
Street dude, man. Street dude about his money, hustler. The most. I'm gonna put it like this. In my opinion, he's the biggest hustler I ever seen. 24/7 fashions on La Palco. He had a whole strip mall. It was all his. He went to doing it like that. Matter of fact, he the one started that $50 G night thing, you know. And crazy part about it, he went back to the feds because of that.
Because of G nights?
No, because he was going to New York buying the clothes, coming back. They wasn't real. The clothes, some of the clothes counterfeit. And I never forget, man. Now I'm fast forwarding a lot. I'm skipping, but this is like 2007. I'll never forget. I come to the studio. Sykeston was working. This one Sykes had a new shit, hard head, block burners. I said, Chuck, Fed's sitting in the parking lot. He said, I ain't doing shit. I said, well, Chuck, this is my last time coming over here. I'm not coming back over here. I'm looking at him in the parking lot, right? And next thing you know, they came in there, they grabbed some clothes. He ain't thinking nothing of it. He used to selling drugs. Clothes ain't nothing to him, right? Next thing you know, they came back and got him. And on the phone, he said, man, if I'd have known what I was doing was that illegal, I wouldn't have did it. I think they violated parole. I think he did another 2 years or something.
So they called him on counterfeit?
Counterfeit. Before the storm, before Chuck got arrested the first time, you didn't see him. When you saw Mystical, when you saw Fiend, when you saw G Slim and all them, you ain't never saw Big Boy, huh? Now, when you hustling like that, you know he didn't know his impact on New Orleans. He really didn't. So when he got out the feds, people telling him, man, you Chuck, you Big Boy. It got to him. Then he revamped the label. Then all of a sudden, you start seeing him on Fat and all that with the $80,000 things and the shirts and all. He never did that before. You know what I'm saying? You started seeing him on TV and Fat and all that. So I think that what made him come after him. Because that's what I think.
Yeah, once you put yourself in that...
Once he put himself out there, at first you just knew the names, you never saw him. Bruce was a stuffer, man. Tuesday Crew, man. Him, Ratman. All the people I knew from that was him and Ratman. And him, Ratman, Chin, and so they was a Tuesday Crew, man. They wouldn't be fucked with, man. Making money.
They were hustlers and hitters, or they was just
hustlers and hitters. And for instance, the pipeline came through old boy Chuck. That was his cousin, you know. Chuck and Tuesday and Bruce was all about. So you gotta think, you got all these different cliques around each other, and sometimes that'll clash sometimes, you know, because you had Crips in LA over here, then you had dudes from Cali who hang with Bruce over here, you had the 17th, you had the West Bank, you had the East, all this under one umbrella. So no telling what each person doing, you know. So yeah, it was vast. One time Chuck told this about Pina. Chuck said, a dude ain't gonna mention his name, asked him what Chuck see about a car. And when Chuck went to the car lot, it was Pina in there. Pina asked him, like he asked everybody.
Wait. Chuck was set up to
it seemed like that because he thought he was going to buy a car. He didn't think he was going to see Pina in the car, in there, you know. And when he went up in there, Pina asked him, like everybody else, go for me, you know. Chuck said, nah, I got my own thing. And that was it. It wasn't no disrespect, wasn't no beef or nothing. That was it. Chuck said, I got my own thing. And you gotta understand, it was like, okay, Pina was a plug, but here's the plug too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
And nothing followed that?
Nah, nothing followed.
Because it wouldn't make sense. It wasn't like he was going a little, you know.
Yeah, nigga, I don't know if Pina, I mean, I'm pretty sure he understood because there was nothing after that. You know, usually you heard about it was stuff after that with Pina, but it was nothing after that. It was just mutual respect, you know.